Good morning, IHSA football family. It is time now we kick off conference previews for the 2022 IHSA football season. And as always, since the conference was in its inception, I always start with the Dukane Conference. And this is my last Dukane Conference preview of my career. And this is a great conference to start the previews with. So, let's get started, shall we? And let's begin with what happened last season as Batavia went 9-0. They had a tough game against Mount Carmel and lost the game against Mount Carmel on some tough calls by the refs. Wheaton North, 8-1, won the IHSA state title. Excellent line play. Probably some of the best line play that I've seen in a long time. Wheaton North, those big boys got it done, and they won the state title game. Big shout out to Wheaton North. Glenbard North, the little tough SOBs of Glenbard North, just killing it. Absolutely killing it last season. Fighting every inch and shocking some teams. I was shocked by Glenbard North. Big shout out to them. They're going to be good this year. I'm going to go more in depth into the teams just a second to just go for a review. We in Warrenville South made the playoffs too. They almost beat Brother Rice in the first round. Geneva, the Geneva Vikings made the playoffs last year. I was wrong last year for my predictions. I was wrong about St. Charles East. I thought they were going to be a surprise team. I was wrong about St. Charles North as well this season too. Last season. Was right about Batavia. Was wrong about Wheaton North. Wheaton North was unbelievable. That coaching staff deserves a ton of respect, and what those players did as well. Lake Park 1-8, St. Charles East 2-7. St. Charles East new head coach. Lake Park new head coach as well. So let's begin, and as we get into this thing, let's talk about a little bit, just one last thing about the last season. Last season was crazy, and the Dukane Conference was absolutely crazy. And again, for my conference previews, anything can happen. I'm a dumbass in some of the predictions. What is up is down. What is up last year could be down next year. What is down last year could be up next year. Parity is Illinois high school football's favorite thing, and that's why I love Illinois high school football. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So, this could be another crazy season, but I think it's going to be a little bit more milder. I think it's the teams that we expect to be there. I think my surprise team is Wheaton Warrenville South. I think Wheaton Warrenville South is going to shock some people. I have as my championship game Batavia versus St. Charles North. I think Lake Park is going to be good in a couple of years. I think they're going to be challenging in a couple of years. I love the addition that they had at the head coach spot. I love the fact they still got some gamers on there. I'll be talking about that as well. But the big thing is Plum versus Boat. That's the big battle everybody wants to see. Batavia versus St. Charles North. Glenbard North, Justin Bland is the kid that you need to keep an eye out for. He is going to be the key for Glenbard North football. And always that defense too. For Wheaton North, Nathaniel Stevens, we'll talk a little bit about him as well. Offensive lineman, you got to keep an eye out for Ross Stansdale as well. Geneva is a star-studded cast that just keeps on growing and is a team that is up on an upswing. And St. Charles East, offensive line. Could they shock some people? Yes, they can. So let's begin first with that lovely Batavia schedule they have. Phillips and Lincoln Way East. Talk about two games that they schedule. Again, Coach Pyron is never afraid and never wait to shy away from a challenge. Two tough games. I think they're going to beat Phillips. The Lincoln Way East game is going to be a tough game for me as they travel to Lincoln Way East. We'll see what happens. Again, Batavia's defense is unbelievably star-studded. And we get down into the thing of Wheaton Warrenville South. I think that's also going to be another key game too. Tyler Genesee, big name you need to know about. Jackson Dowski, another big name linebacker. Jonathan Brown, Ryan Whitwell gets the job done as a multi-purpose athlete. Ryan Bowe is the big quarterback, junior quarterback that you must know about. Do not sleep on him. Jimmy Zickis, I really love too on an offensive line. Brody Osborne, big time athletic linebacker. A lot of college coaches absolutely love the way he plays. Jackson Nicole is a kid that's going to be a riser. Quinn Aarons is another one. Keep a little bit of a close eye of multi-purpose athlete Charlie Wepley as well. There's another forget Brady Nowalski, another tight end you got to keep an eye out for as well. He's going to be good too. And again, they're going to have some rises. Again, it's Batavia. They always reload. Honestly, they reload. It's not a big surprise for what Batavia does. They're that scary good. That's one of the big things. Again, they have depth. That's one of the big things. They have kids that want to play football, and they have the community support. And when you put those in the pot, you got a recipe for a hell of a team and a great coaching staff as well. So Batavia, that is for Batavia, and I am going to steal Brutus. By the way, I'm taking Brutus. He's mine. That's the one thing that I'm going to tell you right now. Brutus is mine. I'm taking Brutus. No doubt about that. All right, we get into Wheaton North. Downers Grove South. A little bit of a team on the rise. They had a disappointing season last season. Wheaton North starts with Downers Grove South. Providence Catholic. Again, a team that's still rising. Again, Wheaton North could start a nice 2-0. Then they play Batavia. Batavia comes to them, which is a great game to start off for Wheaton North. That's going to be a very interesting game, another big time game. Then they have after that at St. Charles North. That's going to be a tough game. Lake Park, I think they're going to get that W right there. Glenbard North is just a thorn in people's asses. Honestly, that's all they are. Glenbard North is for some weird reason they just keep fighting and they don't take no for an answer. They don't stop. They keep on fighting. That's the big thing that you, as a coach, you want from a team. Wheaton Warrenville South is always a big rivalry game. I think this is going to be a very interesting game. This Wheaton Warrenville South versus Wheaton North game. I think Wheaton Warrenville South is being overshadowed. I think Wheaton Warrenville South is going to have a good year. Coach Norris is a hell of a coach, and I think he's going to have a hell of a season. Geneva, that's going to be an interesting game too. I really like this Geneva team in the last game. St. Charles East High School. And we go into the team of Wheaton North. We got Ross Stansdale, who's a hell of a linebacker. One of the starter players that you need to know about. Walker Owens, the running back. Nathaniel Stevens, big man, gets the job done, will knock you on your ass. I like Caleb Varney, too, undersized player. Matt, it's going to kill me. Kazajay, a wide receiver, another interesting name you got to keep an eye out for as well. They've got a good little upswing of youthful players they got coming up. Joe Barnum, defensive end, he could be another big-time recruit, too, that you got to keep an eye out for from Wheaton North. But Wheaton North is looking pretty good for this upcoming season. So we do that, and then we go into the St. Charles North. And for St. Charles North, St. Charles North, again, like I said, that St. Charles North versus Batavia game is going to be huge. I think the key thing, and St. Charles North plays like Zurich. I think that's going to be a win for St. Charles North. Again, they had a disappointing season last season. The St. Charles North Stars going to be visiting their camp next month. But the big thing for St. Charles North is establish line dominance and, again, start firing off, getting hot. Those first two games for St. Charles North are going to be good. And keep that memory of 2021 and put it in the garbage. And again, Coach Pomzak is a hell of a coach along with a bunch of great cast of coaches in this Dukane Conference. Coach Pomzak is going to get these kids ready. I think last year was a fluke. And it's going to be a hell of a season for St. Charles North. And we get into the thing, Ethan Plum, he's a star. His brother Matthew Plum's coming in. He's a freshman. Drew Surges, unbelievable winter. The kid hit it out of the park. Great winter by Drew Surges. I'm trying to find some other players. Will Vask, he got some offers. He's staying with St. Charles North. He's a quarterback as well. They actually got pretty good depth at the quarterback position. Soren Erickson, absolute beast. Let me see. Let me go down. I'm trying to go down. Jake Thurtney, another interesting player for St. Charles North that you must keep an eye out for. Zach Perimi, wide receiver, saw him at Elmhurst College University, was pretty good too. Jake Mattel. I do apologize if I murder any last names. I am horrible at pronunciation. That's why I'm leaving Deep Dish Football, because I'm horrible with grammar and I'm horrible with pronunciation. And that's a joke, by the way. Jake Mattelli, he's going to be another interesting athlete for this team. Henry Warsaw, offensive lineman, is a kid that you must know about. Top offensive lineman in the state of Illinois. Just keep going down. A nice little group of role players. This team is looking good. And again, like I said, I think that the big game is going to be Batavia versus St. Charles North. Hey, it always is. What do you expect? And we go into the Geneva Vikings. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a very interesting schedule because they have Mateo Valley the first game. I think they can win that game. Kalen, I think they can win that game at Kalen. Glenbard North, that's going to be a tough game. Wheaton Warrenville South, they have a good shot. And I'm going to jinx them because I'm a human jinx, honestly. They have a good shot at being 4-0, but that Wheaton Warrenville South game is going to be tough, and that Glenbard North game is going to be tough. St. Charles North, Batavia, Wheaton North, the line play, we'll see what happens, but it's going to be interesting. But Geneva is going to be back in the playoffs. And again, this is a team that keeps building. They keep building it up. Again, that's all you want to see with the progress that you make the season, every season, for your team. And Geneva is one of those teams where it's going to be slowly progressing till they get to that goal of a state title. Let's go to a team, and the coaching staff has done a wonderful job. I believe. They have a star kicker, Taylon Banks, the big star, the star freshman. Taylon Banks, who's gotten some big time offers from the Big Ten, who's going to continuously get offers, and he's going to be one of the big stars for the Dukane Conference. Taylon Banks is a name that you must know about. Sorry about that. Jackson Reyes, another interesting name too. Rocco DiLenardi is another interesting big weight, a big kid, wide frame, definitely a kid that you need to keep an eye out for. Josh Petit, another interesting. Hopefully I got the right one. Josh Petit, yes, and both the Petit brothers, another interesting duo of players for Geneva. JT Fritters. I'm sorry, was it JT Fritters? JT Fritters was the kicker. I'm sorry, I apologize on that one. I messed up on that one. That's my fault. And I do make mistakes. I am not perfect. Trust me. Let's see if I miss anyone else. I'm missing someone else. I'm free. I think Tommy Diamond is the one as well. But it'll be interesting. Definitely kids want to keep an eye out for. Hopefully I got the right person. I do apologize again. Not perfect. Nope. Got the wrong one there. Sorry about that. Let's go to Lake Park. And Lake Park, to get the guy for the offensive line coach from Wheaton Warrenville South. Who is a great program builder, coached at Elmhurst College, went to Wheaton Warrenville South, now coaches at is the new coach at Lake Park. I think he's going to do an excellent job with this team. And we look at the teams that they're playing the upcoming season: Lincoln Way Central, Conant, Lake Park, St. Charles East. Again, if they're lucky, Lake Park has a chance to go 3-0. But St. Charles East, the team is going to be tough for them, and Conant's going to be another tough game as well. Lincoln Way Central, again, that offense that they run is going to be a pain in the ass for a lot of defensive coordinators. It'll be an interesting game as well. Now to get to Batavia, Wheaton North, St. Charles North, Glenbard North, Wheaton Warrenville South, and their last game being Geneva. They got to win early. They have to win early. That's the main thing for Lake Park. And that's going to be huge for them. So we go into Lake Park. Talon Machini, another interesting player. Jack Newton, who I absolutely think is one of the better defensive backs in the state. Kid that you want to keep an eye for. Armand Volder Munoz, offensive lineman. He's one of the top offensive linemen in the state of Illinois. Connor Mary, underrated defensive lineman. Javon Dyson, another linebacker that you must know about. William Sierra as well. They got some pretty good size with that line. I'm forgetting one of the other players. Anthony Marchese Jr. is another player you got to keep an eye out for at Lake Park too. He's going to be a little bit of a riser as we get into next winter's scouting notes. All right, and let's go. St. Charles East High School. St. Charles East High School, new coach, new thing, and just like Lake Park, they start with Lincoln Way Central. Hopefully, this is the correct schedule. Wabanzi Valley, Lake Park. Again, they could be like Lake Park. They got to win early, though, because after that, it's an absolute pain in the ass. Glenbard North, Wheaton, Warrenville South, Geneva, St. Charles North, Batavia, and Wheaton North. That is not good at the end. That is an absolute pain of a schedule, but they have an offensive line. All right, so let's begin. Austin Barrett, Bodie Masculine. Two big guys that will knock you on your ass. Mason, oh, this is going to kill me. Tassant, hopefully I'm correct. If I'm wrong, I apologize, sir. They have a hell of a speedy little running back in Trent Matijo. Devin Shears, another linebacker that I'm keeping a close eye out for in this upcoming season, too. Hopefully I don't forget, there was a sophomore. I'm forgetting a sophomore on this team that's an absolute stud. Nick DiGiolalo. From St. Charles East, another interesting player as well. Hopefully I didn't forget it. I'm forgetting two more players, and I apologize. My notes absolutely are horrible. All right. So we get into St. Charles East, and we go into Glenbard North High School. And Glenbard North High School is just an absolute pain in the ass for teams. I keep telling you that right now. They keep fighting, and when you fight, you win. They don't give up. When you don't give up, you win. When you have mental toughness and you're down by 13, 14, 15, 16 points, 18 points, and you keep fighting, you scare your opponents. That's Glenbard North. Glenbard North doesn't care. They fight. And that's the most important thing for a football team. And that's what you want as a coach. So, we look at Glenbard North. Kenwood. Tough game. Can they get the win? Yes, they can. They can get that win against Kenwood. Kenwood's more talented, but yeah. Again, talent doesn't win games. Team does. And Glenbard North versus Kenwood, that's going to be a big game. They go against Naperville North. Glenbard North. That's going to be a very tough game right there. Geneva. No, that's going to be a big toss-up game right there. St. Charles East, that's probably going to be a win. Lake Park will win. Batavia, Wheaton North, St. Charles North, but they lost some players last season. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting season for them. Justin Bland is their big dog that I really like. Zamari Robinson, wide receiver, athlete Ryan Prell, Deion Safish Jr. I really like. He's another interesting player from Glenbard North too. But yeah, it's just Glenbard North basically shocked the living crap out of me last season. And definitely keep an eye out for a DuPage Run and Shoot show. It's with me and my co-host Patrick Cotto as we talk DuPage County football, but we also talk Dukane Conference football because of the number of DuPage teams there. Check it out, the DuPage Run and Shoot show with my co-host Patrick Cotto. It's a good show. But yeah, Glenbard North is a team you don't want to mess with. They literally are like the kid that you don't want to bully because you know they're going to kick your ass in. And that's a joke. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Batavia, St. Charles North, I have as my championship game. Are my predictions sure to go wrong? Yes, they will go wrong. Again, we live in parity in Illinois high school football. Big game that I see, again, is Wheaton, Warrenville South versus Wheaton North. I think that's going to be a huge game with the points and everything else. Batavia versus St. Charles North, I see as the Dukane championship, sort of this Dukane championship game. My surprise team, Wheaton, Warrenville South. Lake Park, a couple years from now, they're going to be good. Could they prove me wrong? Yes, they could. Yes, they could. No doubt about it. We've seen crazy stuff happen last season in Dukane. There could be crazy stuff this season. Wheaton North, line play, that's going to be key for them. Batavia and St. Charles North, the big thing is I see right now this conference having one team in the state title game for this upcoming fall in November. So this was my first conference preview. Hopefully I didn't suck that bad. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. If you have any complaints and say that I suck, please feel free to send them. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal link or Venmo link below, or wherever you want to. If you want to leave a donation, or if you don't like me and say I suck, that's fine with me either too. This is my last preview for Dukane Conference. My last season as Deep Dish Football publisher. It was a big honor to cover this football and all the football teams. Thank you to all the fans, to all the players, all the recruits, and that. This was a lot of fun, and I hope to catch a Dukane game. Make sure you check out the DuPage Run Shoot Show. Deep Dish Football Live also is going to be another show, and Breakfast with Coach Big Pete. The show is back for its seventh season or seven. I think it's the sixth or seventh season, whatever. But check it out as well. Follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on Snapchat. I'm everywhere. So thank you guys so much, and have a lovely, lovely day.